This next question comes from Devin from Minnesota, and Devin asks, what do you take for a pre-workout meal, as well as what do you do for a post-workout meal? Devin, this is a great question, and the answer is it depends on what I'm doing when I go to the gym. If I'm going to the gym and I'm going to do weights, a weight training workout, then typically I like to eat something small but substantial, and by substantial I mean quality calories. Typically it's going to be carbohydrates in the form of a slow-release, low-glycemic carbohydrate for an extended amount of energy. That being a sweet potato or a bowl of oatmeal or Fiber One cereal, something that is going to stay with me. It's going to give my body the fuel I need to basically be strong but not be bloated and feeling full. Have you ever gone in and done a workout and just feel full from a meal? It's a horrible workout. It's a horrible feeling if you don't ultimately end up getting sick. But if I'm going in and doing just cardio, typically I like to do cardio on an empty stomach. And I know a lot of you are like, man, I would do cardio on an empty stomach, but I don't want to burn muscle. But here's the deal. Muscle takes a while to put on. It's not easy to put on. It's also not easy to get rid of. You doing cardio on an empty stomach for 30, 40, 50 minutes is not going to eat and burn your muscle away. You're not going to get done a cardio session and look like you were in a concentration camp. It just doesn't go away that fast. Very common misconception. A lot of men, when they start doing a diet or trying to get lean, they think in their mind, oh, when I diet down, I'm starting at 200, I'm going to diet down, I'm going to be around 185. I'm going to lose 15 pounds. Well, they diet down to 185 and they're like, damn, I got to keep going. And so ultimately, before they end up stepping on the stage, they weigh like 165. Everybody's like, oh man, you burnt so much muscle. The reality is they didn't burn much muscle. They had more body fat than they realized that they had. And that's generally what's going on. Your muscle isn't going anywhere. So you skipping a meal now and then, not a big deal. You going and doing cardio or even a weight training workout is not going to degrade the muscle tissue that you've actually built. Because think about it. Muscle is scar tissue. Now true, you go in and you do cardio, you work out weights, and you are depleting your muscle glucose and muscle glycogen. So when you're done, it's a good idea to go and replenish that. After a workout, typically what I like to eat is something right away after my workout is something that's easily absorbable, like a liquid protein, like a protein powder, a protein shake. That way it's not like a chicken breast where my body has to break it down, process it, break it down into the compounds and components of amino acids and shuttle it to the muscle. I want something that I can slam down and it goes right away to start rebuilding the muscle, replacing that glucose and glycogen. Post-workout, your body is like a sponge. It will absorb pretty much anything you put into it. So that's also a great time. If you want to have a piece of fruit with that protein, awesome. If you want to have something like, say, if you're eating a white potato, white rice, something higher in sugar, not quite as low on the glycemic index carbohydrate, that's a great time to have it right after your workout. Later in the day, not so much, because if your body doesn't use it, if your insulin level spikes, you are going to store body fat. And this is a long-winded answer to say it depends.